Summer breeze, warm and gentle, sunshine fills the sky. Memories of the season, in my heart they never die. Summer days so carefree, laughter echoes in the air. The joy of the moment is something we all share. Beaches and waves of paradise, building sandcastles by the shore. But I saw
Hello everyone, Maria here, broadcasting from my favorite spot on Jorvik, Moonlight Meadows. Ready for fun? Let's go! Today Zane and I went on a hunt for new stables for our horses. As I mentioned in my previous video, we want to add an extra stable to Moonlight Meadows, our current stable, so we have more space for our western horses as well as for cross country and draft horses. We had 3 locations in mind, one in Moorland, one near Fairgrove, and a third in the center of Fairgrove itself. Today we start our search in Moorland. The drive to Moorland took about an hour, so it was quite a long car ride. When we arrived, it immediately became clear that the stable wasn't fully adapted for horses. I had somewhat expected that until I heard there was indeed a second section that might be more suitable. We started inspecting the first part of the stable, where there were 2 large barns. The first was clearly poorly maintained. The wood was worn and definitely needed replacing. It was simply not suitable for horses. The second barn looked promising at first glance. A nice large open space in the middle and a good layout, but upon close inspection, the interior wasn't much better than the first barn. The paint was peeling and the stable doors were worn out. Overall, I wasn't very enthusiastic about what I saw. The exterior of the stable had a large, well-maintained sand area, which looked fine, but it wasn't quite what we were looking for. The arena was functional but not exceptional. It was an okay space but not impressive. There was also a silicon paddock or turnout area, but that didn't meet our needs either. Next, we looked at the second section of the stable, which made me immediately more optimistic. There were 4 paddocks or pastures, 2 medium-sized, 1 large and 1 small. There was also a smaller area that I initially thought was a paddock, but it turned out to be a arena. Additionally, there was a small stable complex with 3 stalls and a tag and feed room. There was also a small cross-country course and some small houses used for pony camps or day camps. The combination of practical facilities and a cozy atmosphere made this stable quite interesting, despite it being somewhat old and worn. The conclusion was that this location was convenient and appealing, but in urgent need of renovation. It was an interesting option, but not perfect. Next, we headed to the stable near Fairgrove. The drive took only about 15 minutes, and we didn't even have to go on a highway, which was a very convenient. This immediately appealed to both Zane and me. Everything looked beautiful, a large natural riding arena with plenty of greenery and space. Nothing like a typical concrete or plastic appearance you sometimes see. The arena was big, well maintained, and perfect for our horses. There was even a house on the property. We started with the paddocks. There were four paddocks, all roughly the same size, located right next to a row of stables. The big stables further up a small hill looked a bit aged from the outside and inside, and clearly needed work. The floors, doors, everything would have to be replaced. But that wasn't a problem because the environment and location made up for it, but it would cost a lot to replace it all. The arena was spacious and tidy, and there was a shared cross country course further up into the mountains. The house was quite large with its own driveway and a small shed. We even quickly looked inside the house. It didn't look very nice inside, and many things would need replacing here as well. This stable definitely has potential, but it would require extensive renovation. On the positive side, everything was easily accessible and the surroundings were beautiful, but it was just gonna cost so much that we aren't sure about this one. The final location was in the center of Fairgrove itself. Unfortunately, this stable wasn't what we were looking for. It's situated right in the village, which isn't ideal for our horses. The arena was old, broken, and filled with sheep for some reason, which was very discouraging. The stable itself was poorly maintained, the wood was worn, and the entire place looked neglected. It was clear that no further investment had been made here. The only reason we might still be interested is because it's so close by, but we quickly decided to move on. And so our search came to an end. We've made an offer on one of the three stables and expect to hear in about 2 weeks whether we will be able to become the owners. It's still exciting. Be sure to let me know in the comments which stable you think we made the offer on. I'm very curious to hear your opinions. Thanks for visiting Moonlight Meadows today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more joyful rides. Bye bye!
Cities in hush, but my thoughts don't sleep. Neon reflections shimmer wide and deep. Rearview memories, headlights ahead. I drive through echoes of words we left unsaid.